Hey everyone, I'm David Finz, and on this episode of the Cyber Insurance Imperative, we're going to focus on the ever-growing patchwork of notification requirements the federal government is imposing on contractors, as well as companies that are part of the nation's critical infrastructure, and what business leaders can do to stay in compliance. Now, in a prior episode, I spoke about the new reporting guidelines being issued by the Cybersecurity Infrastructure and Security Agency, or CISA. Well, Congress has taken up the mantle on this issue. The Strengthening American Cybersecurity Act, which was recently passed, will require covered firms, such as in finance, transportation, and energy sectors, to report any substantial cyber incident to CISA within 72 hours and any ransomware payment within 24 hours. In exchange, businesses would be held harmless with respect to any liability for the information they share. Mercifully, the legislation would not impose fines for noncompliance, but CISA will have the power to subpoena companies that fail to report breaches or ransomware payments and can refer parties who fail to comply with the subpoena to the Department of Justice for investigation. But that's not all. This past October, the DOJ launched its Cyber Fraud Initiative, drawing upon its enforcement authority under the False Claims Act to ensure that federal contractors comply with cybersecurity requirements for doing business with the federal government. And in the first case of its kind, the DOJ recently announced that it had reached a settlement with a healthcare firm, which has agreed to pay $930,000 for failing to disclose its improper management of patient medical records. The DOJ is openly encouraging private citizens to bring more cases like this, called qui tam actions, in which whistleblowers can receive an award for coming forward with evidence of fraud by a federal contractor. Now, the federal reporting requirements are burdensome enough, but when you add to that the compliance obligations being imposed upon businesses through state governments, industry groups, and contracts with private entities, it can be a bit overwhelming. Businesses should consider putting together a reporting matrix that captures all of its regulators and external stakeholders, and then incorporating that document into its incident response plan. This is where Privacy Counsel and e-discovery firms can play a role. If you need a referral to these professional services, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can DM me on LinkedIn or email me at david.fins@alliant.com, and I'll be happy to put you in touch with several firms that you can vet for yourself. Now, please note, this is intended as general information and guidance, and you'll want to consult with a qualified insurance broker about your specific risk management needs. And don't forget to check your insurance policy to make sure that your coverage for regulatory defense isn't confined to investigations of an actual breach event. You'll want the wording to be broad enough to capture an inquiry by any government authority alleging that your organization failed to comply with the privacy regulation to which it is subject. Raising awareness around regulatory compliance for cybersecurity is just one more way that Alliant is helping our clients find the more rewarding way to manage risk. Thanks for watching.